Hi everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand. Welcome to another video. Now I've talked a fair bit over the last couple of months about the soaring rates of heart disease, unprecedented amounts of heart attacks that are occurring across the Western world in younger and younger people. It is a tragedy. And there are various reasons why we're seeing these increases. It's been going on for a long time, and I've talked about some of the reasons in previous videos. But it's nice to know that our mainstream medical establishment has their finger on the pulse, no pun intended. Let me share with you the latest information regarding heart disease and what causes it from a major mainstream medical publication. So here we have an article in Medical News Today. Heart disease, almost 1 in 100 deaths linked to extreme hot and cold days. That's interesting. A multinational analysis of more than 32 million deaths from cardiovascular disease found that more people died on days with extreme temperatures, both hot and cold. For every 1,000 cardiovascular deaths, 2.2 excess deaths were associated with extreme hot days and 9.1 were associated with extreme cold days. The researchers now want to see guidelines developed to help mitigate the impact of extreme temperatures. So just to be clear, it has been known for a long time that extreme temperatures are not good for the heart, but this article touches upon it further. It was published in Circulation, a flagship journal of the American Heart Association, and I have put a link to this article down below so you can read it yourself. I'm going to go through it quickly in the interest of time. The article here on Medical News Today talks about how the heart responds to extreme temperatures. They talk about a multinational effort to help with this problem. Extreme temperatures and mortality risk. They dive into the numbers a little bit more. And then they talk about limited ability to make global estimates, the role of social determinants of health. But then they want professional guidelines for care providers. And there is a statement here. But I do think that cardiologists and our national and international societies need to take a stand about climate change and also lead and advocate for our countries to address climate change in order to protect human health. How about a new public health campaign focusing on climate change? So here we have a major medical publication focusing on climate change and how doctors, in this case cardiologists, need to get involved in advocacy for the sake of health. Now let's be clear here. It has been known for a very long time, as I said, that extreme temperatures are not good for the heart. Extreme temperatures are not good for any organ system. We as human beings are built to exist within certain temperatures. But as for why we're seeing soaring rates of heart disease and heart attacks, surely this is way down on the list of things to really focus on. There are so many elephants in the room here, and I've talked about some of these before. We have seen soaring rates of heart disease and heart attacks for a long time. We've had unique pandemic-related factors, but seriously, a public health campaign and getting doctors involved in this when there are so many other bigger things to focus on. How about a public health campaign and going all in on a war against processed foods, junk foods, and sugar, which are causing so much damage to the baseline metabolic health of the population? How about going all in on a public health campaign against obesity and helping people in a compassionate way deal with obesity and solve the problem? How about a public health campaign to raise people's metabolic health levels, which are at an all-time low, making people very susceptible to diseases and making sure that they don't live a life or have as low chance as possible of living a life relying on toxic medications instead of doing things naturally? Where are all those public health campaigns? Now, not a surprise, this story was published across the mainstream media, trying to get doctors focused on climate change instead of the much bigger things that we should be focusing on. Things that will result in more immediate benefits to our patients, not things which may or may not result in benefit years down the line in an area which has a lot of murkiness to it. We are by no means certain that things we do now are going to immediately impact temperature. This is more likely a long-term issue if the science is correct. I would rather focus on immediate things for our patients. We should be all in on these very important baseline things to improve health and well-being. And what about this? If we do want to get semi-political, hopefully a better thing to do is to advocate governments to lower energy prices so that people, especially elderly people, can afford their heating, can afford their air conditioning bills in the summer. Surely that would be of more benefit. But no, of course, our establishments and our medical establishment has gone down this road. They want to focus on political platitudes, on riding a particular ideology, and getting doctors involved in things which aren't really going to help their patients in the short term. We need to be focusing on root causes and what really matters if we are serious about health and well-being. That's all I've got to say about that. An utterly ludicrous thing for the mainstream medical establishment to be pushing at this time. Thanks everyone for listening. Dr. Suneel Dhand. Do let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the subscribe button for more similar videos in the future. Also hit the bell button so you get notified when I make more videos. Remember, modern mainstream culture will make you very sick very fast. Two of the best things you can do for your health are to cut back on processed foods and sugars. Sadly, a lot of healthcare and medicine has become entirely corrupted, and fewer things are to be more cherished than our freedom. Also, come follow me on my uncensored platform, locals.com. That link is down below, where we have more open, interesting discussions away from this environment of big tech, censorship, and silencing. Absolute disgrace, I need to say that in the United States, but I do. Hopefully things will be better in the future. We will all stay very strong indeed in the meantime. Thanks again, and let's chat again very soon.